Hello class, today we are going to discuss the concept of exception handling in Java. So in this we are going to discuss the meaning of exception and the mechanism which Java provides us in order to handle that exception. So we will start our discussion with errors, types of errors. So in any text level programming language we have two types of errors involved. First type of error we call it as a syntactical error, and second type of error is logical error. So as you are aware of, for any text level programming language it consisting of different instructions, and we must need to follow appropriate syntax while writing or while using those instructions in the program. If you made any mistake while writing that instruction, automatically the syntactical error will encounter. And who is responsible to figure out or notify the syntactical error? The name of that identity or the name of that entity is compiler. So Java compiler is responsible to figure out or to identify that syntactical error. Hence we also call syntactical error as a compile time error. If you don't have any syntactical error in your program but some logical errors are there, then it's the job of Java interpreter to acknowledge you with that logical error. So as you know, if you want to execute your Java code, you must have to save it with .java extension. Once you have .java extension file with you, it's the job of compiler to convert .java to .class file. We call that class file as intermediate file having byte extension. If you have any syntactical mistake in .java file, then your Java compiler won't create .class file. It will encounter or it will figure out or it will notify that syntactical error that you have in .java file. So you can't be in a position to create .class file. If your .java file is free from syntactical error, definitely Java compiler will convert .java to .class file. Now next, .class file we can't run on machine because it is having byte format. Machine will support binary format. So we need one more module, and that is nothing but what interpreter, which will convert this .class to .exe file. Now this is what the file that we required in order to execute the application. But now if you don't have any syntactical error in your program, you can be in a position to create .class file, no doubt. But any logical error if you have in your program, compiler will not going to figure out those logical errors. Hence your .class file may or may not be having logical error. If your .class file is free from syntactical as well as logical error, then your interpreter will convert that .class to .exe and you can execute that file. But if any logical error is present in your .class file, then definitely you can't be in a position to generate its equivalent .exe file. So here the module which is responsible to identify logical error in the .class file, the module name is interpreter. Okay. So during runtime, interpreter will identify logical error from .class file while converting .class to .exe. Hence we also call logical errors as a runtime error. So syntactical errors are compile time error and logical errors are runtime error. So we can say that .class file is free from syntactical error, but we can't say that .class file is having logical error in it or not. If we are in a position to generate .exe from it, then we can definitely say that .class is free from both types of errors. In your .java file you can have logical or syntactical error, but while converting you will come to know that which type of errors that .java file is having in it according to or with the help of compiler and interpreter. So we'll discuss this part with the example. I have Java Eclipse with me. So the regular process, whenever you want to develop any program or project using Java syntax, you must have to install appropriate compiler. So I'm having Java Eclipse with me. The very first step is you need to create a project. So here I'm creating a project with name, let's say exception underscore handler. Just click on finish. The moment you create your project, just observe in package explorer window we will be getting a folder with a project name project underscore handler. You'll have to expand this folder. Once you expand, you will be getting a space under src folder to write your program, and jre, this is nothing but what interpreter, just to convert dot class to dot exe. So you'll have to expand this src. It is having one default package in it. Okay, so simply once you create that project, expand that project, just observe whether you have src and jre with you. Just click on src source folder, right click on it, go to new, select class. Here you will have to specify the class name in which you will going to define main method. I'm writing my class name as test underscore exception. Just select this method stub, public static void main. By default a predefined code snippet will appear, you don't have to type it then. So I'll be having a class with name test underscore exception. This same class name acts as a source code name. You can observe test underscore exception dot java. So simply I'm writing two declaration instructions here. I want to declare a variable a and variable b, both are of type integer. If you notice, the moment I start typing variable a, its data type first and then next to that variable a, you can observe this red color boolean will appear. This shows something is wrong that you have entered in the syntax. Okay, so this is what syntactical error. So your compiler is already enabled. Okay, so you can notify, the compiler will notify syntactical errors on the line in which you made that mistake. So here this red color indicator will disappear as soon as you done with your syntax. So here I just want to declare variable a and I want to initialize it with value 10. Next I want to declare variable b and I want to initialize it with value, let's say 5. Now I required one more variable, let's say c, just to store the result of operation that I will going to perform on a and b. I want to store that result of operation in one destination variable, and I have decided c will be the destination variable for that. So which operation I want to perform? Let's say I want to perform division operation. So for performing division operation on a and b, I need to identify the numerator and denominator. So let me take a as a numerator and b as a denominator. So I will write c is equal to a divided by b, semicolon. So this is what arithmetic instruction that I am having with me. I want to perform division operation on two values that I have provided. One value is 10, which is my numerator, and another value is 5, which is my denominator. So 10 by 5 is the expression that I want to evaluate, and I want to store the result in C, and then I want to print that result. So you know that the printing mechanism we can have system.out.println. So in bracket I am writing value of C is plus is the concatenation operation, actual argument or the variable whose content you want to print, you can have it afterwards. So here once you're done with your program, just execute the same. So I'm executing that code. So the moment I'm executing that code, I can be in a position to observe the output. Value of C is 2. So let me have some space in between. Value of C is colon space. So we can be in a position to observe value of C is 2 in the output console window. Now successfully we can be in a position to generate .exe, because this particular code is free from syntactical error as well as logical error, or I can say in other words, this particular code is free from compile time error as well as runtime error. Now let me create one logical error here. If syntactical error, I can't be in a position to observe .class file, that I don't want. So I just want to create a logical error. Okay, so how I can create the logical error? Let me initialize b, or let me reinitialize b with value 0. I have treated b as a denominator. Now here denominator is 0 irrespective of value of a. In the division operation, if denominator is 0, what will be the result? Infinity. So in the text level programming language, it is highly impossible to print infinity. Okay, so let me execute this particular code. So in this line I am having a logical error, and that logical error is nothing but what? Divided by 0 error. Is there any syntactical or logical error present in this line? No syntactical error, no logical error. Okay, or let me have one more line here. Java code. Okay, so because on this line I'm having a logical error, I can't be in a position to give service to these rest of the lines, even if these two rest of the lines are free from both types of errors. I'll show you this through. By running this code, you can observe I'm getting this error. Now here if you notice, if any syntactical error, we will be getting that through a red color boolean through notification, but if any logical error is there, we don't have any red color boolean available here. Now in this program I am having a logical error. On which line that logical error is, that you can get it through this particular error message. Also the type of error that you have encountered and its description in detail, because this error message is having its own syntax. So the type of error that you have is divided by 0 error, and on which line it is? Line number 9. So if you count by considering spaces in between the lines, if you count this particular instruction c equal to a by b, in which logical error encounter is on line number 9. Now as this is what arithmetic expression or arithmetic instruction in which the logical error encounter, hence the type of class in which that error encounter is arithmetic exception. Okay, so another name given to logical error or runtime error is exception. So it is unusual error, happens during runtime. So exception is nothing but what? Error only. Which type of error it is? Logical error, which happens during runtime. So to handle it, you need appropriate exception handler. So how you can use that exception handler, that we will discuss. Now through this error message, what we are getting? We have an exception which is of type arithmetic exception because it lies in arithmetic expression. The type or the description is divided by 0. So in which or on which line we have that particular exception, we will have to identify that. Where we can identify? In the error message window. Line number we will be having in that error message window. Once we identify that line, just use the mechanism, that is what exception handling mechanism in Java, which is not available in C++. Just use that mechanism in order to handle this exception, because this is what abnormal termination of the program that I don't want. I want to terminate the code appropriately, where my main definition ends. At that time only my program should stop, but here in between the code gets terminated without giving service to these two statements, which are free from both the types of errors. So exception handler is the mechanism which is available in Java, which we can have by means of try and catch. So we will have to use try and catch block. It is like if and else, but here we will have to specify the line on which we will be getting that exception inside the try block. So what I'll be having in try block, the logical error exception, the statement which causes logical error, along with the statement to print the content. See, are we getting logical error for all the values of b? No, for a specific value of b, when b is equal to 0. So if my b is not equal to 0, see, irrespective of value of a, whether a is positive, negative or 0, doesn't matter. But when my b is equal to 0, exception encounter. So when my b is not equal to 0, so for all non-zero values of b, I can be in a position to print value of c. But if my value of b is 0, this statement will cause a logical error. So to handle it, I need a catch block, because whatever logical exception this try block will going to throw by means of this statement, we need equivalent object to catch it inside a catch block. So which object we required, that you can get it through this error message. The object must be of type arithmetic exception, which lies in package language. So you can have this arithmetic exception type object. You can have any name, let's say O be the name of that object. Okay, now here I'll simply write, I just want to print the content of O, just to cross check what exactly O will gives. Okay, and then I'm having one more message, that system.out.println Java code. So if no logical error, I mean if b is not equal to 0, what will happen? This statement gets serviced. In that case, this catch block gets bypassed and this statement gets serviced Java code. If any logical error is there, at this particular point of time only, control will left this try block by throwing an exception, and the type of exception is arithmetic exception. So to catch it, we need an object of its kind. So catch is having that object, and I'm printing the same. So if any exception encounter at this point, especially when b is equal to 0, this statement never gets serviced, but catch block gets serviced, and this system.out.println Java code will get serviced. So that we can verify. Now let me have b equal to non-zero value, let's say 5 again. So in this case, I can be in a position to print value of c, and this statement or this message Java code will run this. Just see, value of c is 2, and next catch block gets bypassed, and I can able to observe this message in my output console window. But the moment I make b equal to 0, this time in the try block, whatever print call I have get bypassed, because for b equal to 0, this particular statement causes an exception. This time we are not in a position to observe that error, because we have used try and catch. This is what exception handler concept or the tool available in Java, and we can execute the code properly. So there will be smooth execution and termination of the program. In earlier case, abnormally the code got terminated without giving service to all the statements from that program. So let me run this code. This time my b value is equal to 0. See, are you getting this value? Value of c is nowhere in output, but instead what I have done, I have message for end user that system.out.println what O is having in it. See, java.language.arithmetic exception divided by 0. Okay, and then finally I can be in a position to execute .code, Java code, and terminate the code. Okay, so if you don't have exception handler, abnormal termination encounter. If you have exception handler, you can terminate the code normally. So this is what all about exception handling concept in Java. Thank you.